You're still watching Ways Now. Today is World Communication and Information Society Day, and this day has been celebrated annually every 17th of May since 1969 to mark the founding of the ITU and the signing of the first International Telegraph Convention in 1865. Now, the COVID-19 crisis has not only highlighted the critical role of information and communication technologies, that's ICTs, for continued functioning of society, but has also brought to the fore the startling digital inequalities between and within countries. At the same time, it has highlighted the urgency of accelerating digital transformation and advancing the goals and target of the Connect 2030 agenda to leave no one behind. Now, the theme for this year is accelerating digital transformation in a changing times. This is very important. This year, if you had not valued technology before, from 2020, you will know how important technology is,
Very serious.
Very, very important. So I'm hoping that we are able to, and the truth is there's a lot of inequality when it comes to this space, know. I mean, if you compare developing countries and developed countries, there's a lot of inequality. So hopefully, we'll be able to level it. Something Tesla is doing, what's his name, Jack Ma, is doing something where, when I heard it, I said, correct. All these data people that will be stressing our lives, telling you that there's no network fiber. So it's you put a device in your home, it connects straight to satellite. So as long as there's a sky, you get internet. So you don't have to go through. I mean, that would revolutionize what's it called, the telecommunication. It will bury companies. In fact, I was saying that would they allow these things thrive? Because I know the people trying to bring it into Nigeria. I was asking the chairman, I said, sir, are you sure this thing would fly in this country? People will kill it out because you're literally killing businesses.
It would take a while.
But
it would take a while.
No, because you know what he told me?
It would happen, but we know that the government will fight it.
No, you know what he told me? He said something. He said, see, if they don't allow it to come in like legally and all of that, the truth is you from Nigeria here, you can subscribe to it and you can buy from the US. So why don't you just bring it in so that
people don't have to go through?
Do you understand? Go through and you can make your own money here in Nigeria and empower people here in Nigeria. But to say the thing is not happening, that's the lie.
You know, sometimes, when you introduce something to, let me use Nigeria, for example, you introduce something to us. First off, people see it as, okay, you're about to take our businesses, our livelihood. But by the time you now explain to them that, see, you can also make profits from this, then they start reasoning with you. So I think that they have to come from that angle to let them know that, see, we're not trying to destroy your business.
It's what I've been saying since with Bitcoin. If all you Bitcoiners, if you have told the government where they can just squeeze in some,
you're going to
they will not stress you anymore. All right, so that's that. What did you find for us in the news?
So in the news today, you can't decide your successor, only God can. TAF tells Okowa. TAF is the Tony Amechi Foundation, and they told the Delta State Governor, Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, that he should stop playing God on who would succeed him as the governor of the state in 2023. They are actually very upset that a lot of resources have been coming in towards his end, and all he does is give it to a small number of people, and he's allowing the large populace suffer. So it's like, oh, you're only taking care of your own people. What about other people? Now, if you keep doing this, so what he wants to do is he's practically playing the Godfather. Basically, I can decide that, okay, you know what, since I'm going to step down by 2023, I will decide that Uwa will be the next person to rule after me. Meaning that the people do not have a say. The people cannot vote. So he's basically just telling them that your vote is useless.
But the thing is that why do governors what's it called? Why do succession plans in government always seem to be like this all the time? Because this was the same tussle that Adams Oshomole and what's his name? Governor Obaseki. Where Adams Oshomole was trying to become like a godfather figure. The only place that thing has successfully happened, is Lagos. And everybody seems to be fighting strongly against it because they've seen the ripple effect of what's going on in Lagos, where it seems like one person is deciding what happens to the fate of millions of people in Lagos.
Yeah, I think the reason why people should actually keep fighting it is because if I step down and I'm acting as a godfather, and someone else is in power, basically I'm still in power because I control everything he or she does in that seat. I tell you what to do.
Until
Until
I'm able to move myself.
So even if he puts you in that seat, you're practically just useless because you're not doing the work you're supposed to do.
Absolutely.
You're doing what your godfather is asking you to do. So they need to fight it. It cannot continue. We've suffered it in Lagos enough.
All right, so my story, Twitter is bullish. Twitter is on fire. Hell, Rufai. You know, there were so many, what's it called? There were so many memes or whatever. Somebody was saying that maybe the people that type this Hell Rufai, maybe they are Yoruba people. You know, the Yoruba people have the H factor.
Yes.
So instead of saying Hell Rufai, say Hell Rufai. All right, so there was massive protest today. The NLC. So it says we marched massively today alongside the rank and file of Kaduna workers despite empty threats from the pseudo tyrant of Governor. They call it Hell Rufai, but it's El Rufai. Workers create wealth, hence they deserve a decent working environment and a living wage, not to be sacked. That's hashtag Kaduna Strike. I mean, my mom and my dad, they still live in Kaduna, so I called them today. They've been having, they've had blackout for a while now, and she said she's running her gen, that there's no light and all that. Thankfully, I mean, the governor has decided to, have a meeting with these people. I mean, when I saw that sack, I was wondering, how do you just sack people just like that?
Just like that.
First of all, you say you can't pay, what's it called, the minimum wage and all of that. I think he reverted it, because I remember taking that story where he reverted the minimum wage back to 18,000 naira. And on top of that, sacked people. Do you understand? So I was wondering, how does this happen? Can we get to the point where states will say, you know what, we're not viable enough to be on our own? Kaduna is very close to Abuja. You can just merge the states and let's have one. I think if we begin to think, productively, I mean, you are in a business. If you're in a business and you're struggling, right, and you see like a bigger company coming to absorb, you would sell your business. You say, you know what, come and take over the business as long as the business grows. I think that's the kind of way I think most of our government officials should begin to think about Nigeria, because some states are outrightly not performing at all in terms of generating their revenue. You're just constantly waiting for Abuja. So why don't we get to the point where states will say, you know what, I don't think I can handle this, maybe a bigger state come and absorb us and I work under you. And stop, because it's really tiring. So hopefully they are able to reach a conclusion. But if you want to go on Twitter and see all the comments, trust me, Hell Rufai. Somebody saying that you cannot be stressing Hell Rufai. Go to Hell Buhari. In fact, they said all sorts on Twitter. So you can go on Twitter and just have a field day. All right, so that's all we can take on What's in the News. When we return from the break, yes, want to be telling stories that would impact and change the narrative in Nigeria. And we have a fantastic filmmaker with us here tonight. So stay with us. We'll be right back.